Welcome back to a new episode of Off the Bench. Of course, I'm DeMarcus.
And I'm Ty.
Welcome back, Ty. I know we had a little event here you was absent from, but glad to have you back, man. So how's your day been so far?
It's been good. Been busy.
Been busy?
Yeah.
I see you cut it off again, man. What's going on with that, man?
It's just time.
It's just
It's starting to be summertime. So
I got you. Gotta let it go. It's too hot for all that hair, huh?
It is.
See, I ain't got that problem. I just get up and go, baby. Comb on this beard, brush this beard, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So today, man, this is a special episode for the people because we normally don't come to y'all, live
on a weekday.
On a weekday. I'm glad we was able to get together on this one. But this one's basically, man, March Madness is here, man.
It is. It's like the tail of the end of the basketball season. So it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But it's also the favorite time, so you get that one shining moment at the end of the season.
And
I love it.
All the drama that comes from this time of year, man, which makes, this time of year the best time of year for me in general. So that's why basically what we're gonna do today, man, we're gonna run down the bracket, man. We got brackets in front of us, men's and women's.
Yes.
We're gonna run down the bracket. We're just gonna kind of, talk about who we think is gonna make it to each round and who's gonna eventually win the championship.
Gotcha.
But before we get into all that, man, breaking news is out there, man.
Before
we get into all that, I gotta go ahead and talk about it. Aaron Rodgers finally came out and told the people, he wants to play for the Jets, man.
How do you feel about it?
I'm glad. I'm glad it's finally over.
Yeah.
He but it's not all the way over because Green Bay and the Jets still have to figure out how they're gonna make it work. Mm-hmm. But I kind of knew when Alan Lazard signed, I said, "Yep, he's going to the Jets," because he had already told him that was kind of one of his people he wanted him to go after.
They have a lot of weapons over there.
Yeah,
they can sure that offensive line up a little bit more.
Okay,
I don't know what they're gonna ask for.
Yeah,
but you still got to pay Aaron Rodgers $50 million a year.
So what do you think about the whole Aaron Rodgers going to the AFC East now? Just to give the people a little preview, because we're gonna talk about this more in depth on the quarterbacks and that whole division, on the next episode. But just get
make that AFC East one of the toughest divisions now.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Tua, the Patriots defense.
Yeah.
So it's especially with what the Dolphins just did too in free agency.
Yeah, getting Ramsey.
Yeah,
as the cornerbacks, that's gonna re-up their shutdown ability now on both sides.
I think all four teams, is in the playoff hunt.
100%.
Just on paper this year, right now.
Yeah, on paper. Yeah. The Patriots, like I said, with their defense, and then I think Jones have a better year this year than he did last year.
Yeah.
So all four teams definitely playoff eligible.
I didn't really listen to the interview, but I did see something said he was 90% retirement, 10% playing. Why not just retire? If you're 90% ready to let it go,
that's where he was at.
Like, nope, I'm good.
That's where he was at. But I honestly think what kind of pushed him to going was because Green Bay kind of basically came out and said, like, look, bro, we ready to move on to Love, Jordan Love. We ready to see what he can do. And I think that was kind of his push to go ahead and say, all right, well, I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah,
and see what I can do over there. So, but we'll get more into that, and plus also we'll talk about the next episode. Like I said, I know football is your move, your vibe. So we're gonna get really into depth on all the movement.
It's been like Christmas for me.
Yeah. We're gonna get in more depth on all the movements. With Jimmy G going to the Raiders. Derek Carr, he's in New Orleans. So we're gonna get real in depth in football here coming up soon. So on the next episode. So all right, man. So let's just get right into the bracket. We're gonna start with the men's first. All right. So let's. I figure we do South, East, West, Midwest kind of, and this kind of run through all of them that way, and then move to the next one.
It's actually perfect. I ain't even fill out my bracket.
Yeah.
So this is actually pretty good.
Good idea, though. Who you want to run with?
Nah. If y'all following us, y'all don't win. Don't get mad at us.
Listen, I'm telling everybody out there watching right now, do not blame us.
Yeah,
because you went out and made your bracket based off what we said.
Yeah,
this is just our opinions. Who we think gonna make it from the first round, second round, Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4, and then of course the championship game.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start in the South. All right, so you got Alabama versus Texas A&M CC. Who you got?
Alabama.
Yeah,
Big.
all right, that's dead. Yeah, Alabama for me too. And then you got an 8 versus 9 matchup. You got Maryland versus West Virginia.
I think I'm gonna go with the 9 on this one.
Go now, yeah. I like West Virginia too. I think West Virginia coming into the tournament been playing very well. So I like what they're doing.
Coach always have them ready,
exactly.
No matter where it's at, when it's happening. So
yeah. So I'm gonna go West Virginia as well. Then we got a 5 versus 12 matchup: San Diego State versus Charleston.
I'm going San Diego State.
San Diego State, yeah. I like them too.
It's gonna be close.
Yeah, I think San Diego State.
Yeah.
Then you got number 4 versus number 13, Virginia and Furman. Who you got?
Virginia was just in the ACC championship.
Yeah, they lost to my Dukies.
Yeah, I'm going with Virginia.
Go Virginia. I'm going Virginia too. All right, then we're gonna go number 6, Creighton, and number 11, NC State.
I'm going 11.
You going 11?
I'm going 11.
I'm going Creighton. I'm gonna go Creighton on them.
I'm going NC State.
I feel like based off what I've been seeing from NC State, they just been too inconsistent for me. So I like, and Creighton's been playing pretty good. So I like Creighton. All right, then we got number 3 Baylor versus number 14 UCSB.
Baylor.
Baylor. Yeah, I got Baylor too. All right, number 7 Missouri versus Utah State.
Let's go with Missouri. They had some good upsets this year.
Yeah, I like Missouri. I like their guard play, and then they got the big Kobe Brown. You watch that kid play yet?
Nah, I haven't seen him.
Bro, you need to watch Kobe Brown.
Okay.
He's a dog. So I like Missouri over Utah State. And then the last matchup in the South, we got number 2 Arizona versus number 15 Princeton.
Arizona big.
Arizona big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like the first few minutes of the game, Princeton gonna give them a problem with that Princeton offense.
Yeah.
Just because they gonna have so much movement, but eventually I think Arizona's size is gonna wear them down. So I think they're gonna win big too. All right, so let's transition down to the East. So in the East, you got the number 1 Purdue versus I know Texas Southern and FDU. They're supposed to play tonight, but I think we can pick that game without them winning.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure we can pick that game. I'm sure Zach Edey it don't matter. I think he's gonna be fine in that game. So I'm going Purdue all the way. In that game.
I'm going Purdue as well.
Okay. All right. Then now this matchup here is special to my heart. I'm gonna tell you why, because I got my cuzzo, my big cuz. He played for FAU, and I myself am gonna step out on a limb. And I'm picking FAU against Memphis.
Memphis just won a championship.
I'm picking FAU over Memphis.
I'm going Memphis.
Going Memphis?
I'm going Memphis.
Hey, Isaiah, take care of business out there, man. Do your thing, do your thing. Take care of business. I'm going FAU. All right, and then staying in the East, of course, we got number 5 Duke versus number 12 Oral Roberts. Who you got?
Duke.
Yep, I got Duke.
Yeah,
of course, because I'm a Dookie, so I got Duke. And then we got number 4 Tennessee versus number 13 Louisiana.
Shout out to Louisiana for winning the
SBC.
SBC.
Yep. They playing good. They playing. Yep. Now I ain't gonna lie. I'm going Louisiana against Tennessee. I think that's gonna be one of those first upsets. Yeah, I'm going Louisiana over Tennessee.
Don't pick that, guys.
Go Tennessee. I'm going Louisiana over Tennessee.
Go Tennessee.
Because Tennessee, they haven't shown me anything to not pick them.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got number 6 Kentucky versus number 11 Providence. Who you got?
Kentucky is so washy this year.
Up and down.
I'm going Kentucky, but I'm not liking it.
Not liking what you're seeing.
Nah, I'm not liking it.
I'm the same way. I'm Kentucky, but I'm like you. I'm not really liking what I'm seeing from either one of those teams. So it's gonna be one of the ugly games in the first round. All right, then we got number 3 Kansas State versus number 14 Montana State. Who you got?
I love Kansas State, and I love the story of the guard. You know, he passed out on the floor.
Yeah, coming back from his heart.
Yeah, basically. So I'm going Kansas State.
Was it a heart attack he had, or he just had like a?
I don't think it was a heart attack, but I think it was on the same level as like DeMar Hamlin.
Type thing. Okay.
On the court. So I'm going Kansas State.
His story in general is great, just to see him coming back.
Yeah, and he's up for the Wooden this year, the Player of the Year for
Player
college.
of the Year,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. So I'm with you. I got Kansas State too as well. All right, then staying in the East, last 4 games, we got number 7 Michigan State versus number 10 USC.
I wasn't a fan of Michigan State all year, so I'm going USC.
Yeah, I'm going USC too.
Yeah,
and my boy, Eric, he's a Big E, I call him. He's a huge Michigan State fan.
Yeah,
so he's not gonna like that, but man, USC's playing better right now. So I'm gonna go USC. Now, do you think this would be Tom Izzo's last March Madness?
Nah, I think he'll do one more. Just because Jim Boeheim, it was Jim Boeheim year this year. I think he's gonna want his own year.
Which was weird how he even did his whole retirement speech at the end of the game when he lost. It was very uncomfortable. But shout out to Boeheim, 47 years, man, under the helm of Syracuse. And that program, I think, has, thrived because of him being a part of the program.
I'm going to miss that zone at Syracuse.
Yeah. Do you think they still run the zone with him gone now?
Depends on if they grab somebody off his staff or not.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I did watch, this is a little bit off subject, but I did watch a Carmelo interview, and they talked about the zone. And they said when you play in the Jim Boeheim zone, it's almost like a man.
Yeah, it really is. It's like a matchup.
Surprising.
Yeah, it's like
that's
a matchup
what he
zone.
It, a matchup zone.
Yeah.
He said while you playing in it, you don't even think about your zone.
Yeah.
Most zones like, oh, you got this area. He said, no, you got this.
Because if you really pay attention to it, two people that play against their zone, they never have nobody in the middle. So everybody's all on the wing. So you really are matched up to a person.
Yeah.
And then once the ball moved, then you kind of move and kind of protect the zone. But if that ball's in the middle of the court, you all just standing right next to the person because ain't nobody penetrating the middle and no one's throwing it into the middle. So I said that's why the zone was so effective, and especially when you got your back line 6'8", 6'9", they long and rangy. You know what I'm saying? So it made problems for a lot of people.
Yeah. All
right, so finishing up in the East, number 2 Marquette, and then versus number 15 Vermont.
I was surprised Marquette was a 2 seed.
Yeah, I was too.
I'm gonna go with Marquette.
Yeah, I got Marquette. Yeah, I think Shaka been doing his thing over there, so I like what he's doing with him. So, all right, so let's go over here to the Midwest. All right, Midwest, you got number 1 Houston versus Northern Kentucky, who's a 16th seed.
I'm gonna go with Houston on that one.
Going Houston, yeah. I think even though with their starting guard, I don't think he's playing the first game. He's hurt.
Yeah, he didn't play against Memphis.
Yeah, so I still don't think they're gonna have a problem with Northern Kentucky. So I'm gonna go, like I said, go Houston. Then we got a number 8-9 matchup. You got Auburn versus Iowa.
Not an Auburn basketball fan, but I'm gonna go with Auburn.
I like Iowa. I don't like what I'm seeing from Auburn at all.
Yeah.
Defensively or offensively, it's just not. It's not working for me. So I'm gonna go Iowa.
Yeah.
Then we got Miami from Florida, 5th seed versus number 12 Drake.
I just seen a commercial where it says Miami basketball players like, don't pick us in the tournament. I'm going Miami.
Yeah, I'm
picking Miami.
Yeah, I'm picking Miami too. It's hard not to do that.
Yeah.
Then we got number 4 Indiana versus Kent State, which is a 13th seed.
I'm going to Indiana.
Yeah,
I like Indiana.
Yeah, I like Indiana too. You got Iowa State, number 6, number 11, Pittsburgh out of the ACC.
Let's go Iowa State on that one.
Iowa State. I like Iowa State too. Then we got the number 3rd seed Xavier versus Kennesaw State, who's a 14th seed.
Shout out to Kennesaw State for making the tournament for the first time in their college basketball careers. Yeah. So let's go with Xavier.
Yeah, I like Xavier too. I think Kennesaw State. Yeah, you rode your wave to the tournament, but I think it stops in the first round.
Yeah.
Then we got Texas A&M, number 7 seed versus Penn State, number 10 seed.
Both of them was in the championship game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Texas lost to Alabama.
Yeah.
And then Penn State lost. Who they lose to?
Forgot who it was, but let's go with.
I'm gonna go Texas A&M.
I'm going Texas A&M. I want to go Penn State. That's one of the ones.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip.
Yeah.
I'm going Penn State.
You gonna go Penn State?
Going Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got number 2, the last game in the Midwest. You got the number 2 University of Texas versus Colgate.
I think Texas didn't have their star guy against Kansas in the championship and still won. So I'm going Texas.
Yeah. Going Texas?
Yeah.
I'm with Texas too. All right, finishing up in the last group, we got the West group. All right, so number 1 Kansas versus Howard, 16.
I'm going Kansas, but it's going to be a slow start for Kansas.
Yeah, I think so too. And I was thinking, like you said, I was thinking Marquette would have been a number 1 over Kansas because I just felt like Kansas, their last few games of the year, they just they struggled.
Well, they didn't have Bill Self
I forgot about
tournament.
that. Yeah, the tournament. Yeah,
so.
yeah, because he's got some health stuff.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, I haven't really. I got to look into it, but I haven't really heard anything about he's going to be ready for.
I don't know if he's going to be ready for the first round.
I think they make it to like the second round. He might come back for the second round.
He's cleared though, and then they just got their defensive player of the year as well come back. So Kansas is my team. So
I know.
A little bit on them.
So all right, so let's go to the number 8-9 matchup. You got Arkansas versus Illinois.
I'm going Arkansas on that one.
Arkansas on that one too. And then we got a 5-12 matchup, St. Mary's versus VCU.
Let's go VCU.
I'm going St. Mary's.
I'm going VCU.
I'm going St. Mary's. All right, then number 4-13 matchup. You got UConn versus Iowa.
UConn was pretty high in the start of the season. You know, they reached the top 5. I'm going UConn.
Okay. I'm going UConn as well. Mm-hmm. And then we got the number 6 versus the number 11 matchup. Of course, the number 11 matchup hasn't been decided yet because it's Arizona State versus Nevada. I think Arizona State wins that game against Nevada. And then I got TCU beating Arizona State.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. And then number 3 matchup versus number 14, you got Gonzaga and Grand Canyon University.
If Gonzaga couldn't make the tournament, I'd be perfectly fine with this.
Yeah. You know how me and you feel. Me and you feel the same way about like Gonzaga.
The Notre Dame.
They Notre Dame of college basketball. So I'm really okay with them. You know, but I'm gonna go Gonzaga against Grand Canyon, but it really don't matter to me.
Yeah.
And then you got number 7 versus number 10. Northwestern versus Boise State. Mm-hmm. I don't like this matchup at all. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go Northwestern.
Same, Northwestern, yeah.
And then the final matchup, you got number 2, UCLA versus UNC Asheville.
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA.
Yep.
All right. So now we're going to go into the second round. Mm-hmm. Okay. So in our second round, let's go back up to the South. We had Alabama versus West Virginia. Mm-hmm. All right. Who you got, Alabama or West Virginia?
I'm going Bama.
Going Bama?
Bama, but it's going to be tight just because I think Bob Huggins going to have West Virginia.
Yeah, he going to have him play. He going to have him ready for that game.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, just Alabama, I think they just go offensively.
Yeah.
They're going to be too much for West Virginia. I don't think West Virginia have enough offense for Alabama.
This tournament is just so different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's different than playing on home and road, but you're playing on the neutral side.
Yeah.
Technically, you're still in Alabama, too. Alabama, of course, going to have the home court advantage playing in Birmingham, 45 minutes away from Tuscaloosa. Mm-hmm. But Bob Huggins going to have the guys ready to play, especially with him. He likes long wings.
Yeah.
So I think they can match up very well against Alabama defense, but I think Alabama, it's going to be tight.
It's going to be tight, though. Yeah, it's going to be one of those, I say, 5-point difference in score. It's not going to be a big difference, but I like them. All right, so then we had San Diego State and Virginia.
I'm going with Virginia.
Going Virginia?
I'm going Virginia.
Yeah, I'm going Virginia as well. And then I think we was crossed between Creighton and NC State. Mm-hmm. But I would say in that second round, I think Baylor gets out of the second round.
Oh, yeah, Baylor for sure.
I think Baylor gets out of the second round. Then we had Missouri versus Arizona. Mm-hmm. Who you got in that matchup?
I'm going Arizona.
Going Arizona?
Yeah.
I feel the same way like how you did about West Virginia. Alabama is going to be tight because I just love what I'm seeing from Kobe Brown because like I said, he's that stretch four that can shoot the ball and he can get to the basket with no problem. He has the ball like a guard. Mm-hmm. So I like what I'm seeing from him, but I still think, like you said, Arizona. I think Arizona makes out that round.
Yeah.
All right, so moving down to the East in the second round, we got Purdue, and we were split between Memphis and Florida Atlantic. Mm-hmm. But I think Purdue makes out the second round.
I'm going Purdue as well, just because they're big. I don't think anybody can guard that 7'2" monster down there.
Yeah. He dominates the game too much defensively, and then offensively, he's not. Nobody can guard him.
Yeah.
So I think Purdue makes it out of the second round too. And then we got Duke versus, we were split between Louisiana and Tennessee. If Tennessee makes it, do you think they beat Duke, or do you still have Duke making out?
I think it's going to be close, and I'm going Tennessee.
Going Tennessee?
I'm going Tennessee.
I'm going Duke. I'm still going. I think Duke makes it to the elite on the Sweet 16. All right, then we were split between Kentucky and Providence versus Kansas State. I think Kansas State beats both of those teams.
Yeah, I think Kansas State can sweep them too.
I think they beat both of them. Then we had USC and Marquette in the second round. I like Marquette to come out of the second round against USC.
I'm going Marquette, but it's going to be close.
It's going to be close? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, going to the Midwest, we had Houston, and we were split between Auburn and Iowa. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go Houston regardless.
I'm going to go Houston as well.
Then we had Miami.
Oh, wait, that game is in Birmingham.
It's in Birmingham. We might need to I need to try to make a trip. What is that? That's the weekend.
Dang, they got Alabama and Auburn playing in Birmingham.
Yeah, that's the weekend. Hey, John, we might need to make a trip, John. Get on the road, go to Birmingham.
Let's go.
We might need to find out how many tickets cost. Make a little trip to Birmingham.
Okay.
All right, so then we got in the second round, staying in the Midwest, we got Miami versus Indiana. Mm-hmm. Who you got? I like Indiana.
I like Miami.
You like Miami to beat
Indiana?
Miami,
yeah.
Okay. And then we got Iowa State versus Xavier playing in Greensboro.
I'm going to go Xavier.
Going Xavier?
Yeah,
okay.
But I think that's going to be a tight game, too. Yeah. Just because Iowa State bring the pressure on defense, and they always give Kansas a matchup. Mm-hmm. So I know they can give a team like Xavier a matchup, too.
Okay. So I like Xavier, too. And then the bottom game, we got Texas A&M versus Texas.
I had Penn State on that one.
You
but
had Penn State.
I'm going Texas.
Going Texas, regardless who they playing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then moving down to the West, we had Kansas versus Arkansas.
I think Kansas can lose this one just because, like you said, the way they played at the end of the season, and I don't think they have a dominant player. You know, Grady Dick has been good.
But see, that's my problem with Kansas is that, outside of Wilson, like Grady Dick has been, preseason, All-American, all that, but then I just haven't seen enough out of him, man. If he's not shooting the ball well, I don't see him impacting the game for them any other way.
What hurt Kansas the most this year is that they usually have a 7-footer on their team.
Usually, at least one. At
least one big.
They got an undersized guy that shouldn't be playing center.
Yeah,
and you can tell he's just not comfortable.
He's athletic.
But he's not giving them nothing scoring wise.
Yeah,
he's not a threat on the offensive side.
Yeah, so that.
And in the point guard, I forget his name, but I feel like he took a step back this year.
Oh yeah.
I feel like last year he was more effective than he is.
I mean, his numbers is up this year, but they don't have the bench like they had last year as well.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why, like I say, for Kansas, man, it's tough.
I can see Kansas losing,
but I can see him losing to Arkansas too. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Arkansas as well.
I don't want to, but I'm gonna go Kansas. But I can see him losing.
You can see him losing that game. Yeah. Okay. And then we got. I think we went St. Mary's.
I went VCU.
We went VCU. Okay, so we split between that, but we both picked UConn.
Yeah, I'm going UConn.
And I think UConn beats both those teams.
Yeah, UConn can.
Okay. And then we had did we split on TCU and Arizona State?
I went TCU.
I went TCU as well. So TCU versus Gonzaga. I got TCU.
I'm going Gonzaga.
You going Gonzaga?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go TCU. And then we have Northwestern versus UCLA.
UCLA. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to come to the Elite 8. I'm sorry, Sweet 16, right?
Yeah, Sweet 16.
Yeah, Sweet 16. So we had Alabama. So Alabama will be playing Virginia.
I'm gonna go Alabama.
Go Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay. I like Alabama too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Baylor playing Arizona.
Yeah.
3 versus 2. I like Arizona.
I'm going Arizona as well.
I like Arizona.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna end the South. Now we're going down to the East. We got Purdue versus. I said Duke. You said Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. I'm going Purdue.
Going Purdue.
Yeah. I know Duke has been playing very good ball.
I'll say this: if we make it to the Sweet 16, we're playing Purdue. I'm going with Duke, not just because I'm a fan, but I feel like we're gonna stretch them out because they're big, gonna have to come out from under that paint.
You're gonna have to put them in foul trouble.
And we're gonna be, and I think we got the guys to be able to put it. Like we have Derek Lively, which can match his size. He can't match his skill set, but he can match his size. Mm-hmm. But I think Derek, we can pull him out and put him on the bench, in spurts, and then use our shooting to bring him out from the paint. And I think that gives our guys driver lanes. Mm-hmm. So I like Duke against Purdue if we make it there. Okay. And then the bottom half, we got Kansas State versus Marquette.
I'm going K-State.
Going K-State?
K-State.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I like Marquette. In that matchup. But that's going to be that's probably, to me, honestly, if that comes to fruition, that's probably going to be the best game of the tournament, I think.
I'm going K-State.
Going K-State.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going Marquette. All right, let's go back to the Midwest. So we got Houston playing Indiana.
I put Miami.
You put Miami in there, but I got Indiana. So let's say Houston, do they beat Miami or
if their player come back,
mm-hmm.
I'm going Houston. If not, I think I can go with Miami.
Still can go with
I
Miami?
think I'm comfortable going with Miami.
Comfortable with Miami?
I just wasn't sold on Houston.
I'll say if it comes to be my pick, which is Indiana, I'm going Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Houston, even without their guard. But I'm thinking by then he'll be back.
Mm.
All right, and then we got Xavier and Texas in the bottom half of that.
I like Texas.
Like Texas, yeah, I like Texas too. All right, so then moving on to the West, you got Kansas, and we got UConn.
I'm gonna go UConn on that one.
Go UConn, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though, like we said, it's a possibility that they don't make it past Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
but if they do, I definitely think UConn is their demise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we go down to the bottom half. I pick TCU, you pick Gonzaga. Let's say Gonzaga makes it through, and they're playing UCLA.
UCLA.
All right. Now we're going to the Elite Eight. So we got Alabama, and they're playing Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got?
I think I'm gonna go Arizona.
You going Arizona?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Arizona stops them?
I just Alabama's good. They have the depth, but I think if you can stop, what's the name, Miller? I think you can shut Alabama down.
Think so?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Alabama. I'm gonna stay with Alabama. I just think with the way Brandon Miller's playing, man, and like I say, with their bench they got and then the other players they got, I just think Alabama's gonna be too much for Arizona. I think defensive Arizona's gonna stick with them in the game, but I just don't think Arizona has enough offense for me. So we got Alabama. So Alabama now they're in the Final Four. Okay, let's go down to the East. We got Purdue. If they make it, we got Purdue versus Marquette. Who you like?
I say Kansas State.
I mean, Kansas State, yeah. So if Kansas State make it, who you like?
I'm going Purdue.
Still going Purdue? Okay.
Yeah.
And if Marquette make it, I'm still going Purdue. Okay. But if my Dookies make it, I gotta throw that in all the time. All right, moving to the Midwest, we got Houston, or in your case, Miami, versus Texas.
Texas.
Okay, so Texas in there. Then, like I said, if UConn beats Kansas, we got UConn versus UCLA. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now we're going back to the South. Now we got Alabama. Well, Alabama's the South winner. And
for
then
you. Arizona for me.
Yeah, Arizona for you. So Arizona or Alabama coming out of the South. And then in the East, we got Purdue. So who wins out of that? Those three options.
I'm going Purdue, but it's gonna be close.
Going Purdue. So Purdue makes it to the championship?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going Purdue.
Okay. All right. So then I'm gonna stick with Alabama. I'm gonna stick with Alabama. So I think Alabama beats Purdue in a close one. But I like Alabama to make it to the championship game. And then we got Houston. I'm sorry, we got Texas. Texas, and then you got who did we say? UCLA?
Yeah.
All right, so Texas and UCLA.
Texas.
Yeah, I like Texas too. I just think Texas,
That's what they showed me this
year. Yeah. They've offensively they showed that they can be a problem, and then defensively, like I say, UCLA they don't score enough for me.
Yeah.
To be able to outscore Texas, because you gotta outscore them, and I just don't think UCLA has that. All right, so man, championship game, we got Texas. I got Alabama. You got Purdue. Who wins it all, man?
I think I can see Texas winning it all.
You can see Texas winning it all.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm gonna go Alabama. I think Alabama, everything goes right, no injuries, and them boys play like they've been playing. I can see them winning, but I also can see a lot of scrutiny behind them winning just because of everything going on off the court with Miller. And I also think that's gonna be a little bit of a distraction too in this tournament, because that's pretty much all everybody gonna want to talk about when they come to them. But if they can stay locked in like they've been, and they won the SEC, and they keep playing the way they playing, as long as they keep that noise quiet about what's going on that has nothing to do with basketball, I think they got a good chance to make a deep run, get to the finals, and of course win the Final Four.
Yep.
All right. So like we said before, y'all, these are our opinions.
Picks. Yeah.
Do not go on ESPN and fill out no bracket based off what we saying, because I don't want nobody, coming at us. But do comment down below. Let us know who you think is gonna, make it to the Final Four. Who's gonna make it to, who actually gonna win the championship. You ain't gotta go through all like we did, but if you want to give us your Final Four and then your Final Two and then your champion, let us know down below. All right, man. So let's run through the women. I feel like the women's gonna be a little easier for me anyway, because I think South Carolina winning it all. I don't think South Carolina was losing.
I didn't even think we was gonna go over this. I think we just unanimous. South Carolina, throw it away. South Carolina.
I feel like let's do we ain't gotta do all the rounds like the men's, but I say let's just go Sweet 16 and down. Okay. So they got it set up. They got Greenville 1, Greenville 2, Seattle 3, and Seattle 4. It's their groupings.
Yeah.
So let's go to Greenville 1, and in Greenville 1 you got South Carolina. So South Carolina's in the Sweet 16
finals. But yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, and then that then they're lost, and then there's the games in Los Angeles. I think out of that group that we're seeing here, I like Oklahoma to come out of that group.
I'm gonna go UCLA.
You want UCLA?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go down to now. Staying in Greenville, we got Creighton. Notre Dame, Arizona's of the world, Maryland's of the world, Holy Cross, West Virginia. Out of those groups of games, I like Creighton to come out of that, and then on the bottom half, I like Maryland on the bottom half.
I'm going Notre Dame and Maryland.
Notre Dame and Maryland? Okay. Yeah. All right, so let's go over to Greenville 2 to get to the Sweet 16. Let's go. I like we got Indiana, Oklahoma State, Miami. Then you got Washington, FGCU, Villanova, Cleveland State. It's tough out of all of them because I haven't seen much of any of them. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go Indiana for the top half, and then I'm going to go Villanova. So Indiana, Villanova to make it to the Sweet 16. And then the bottom half, I like LSU, of course. And then I'm going to go, let's go NC State.
I think I can agree with those two picks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that kills your Greenville 2. All right, now moving down to Seattle 3. I like, in that top half, I like Virginia Tech. And then I like Tennessee. Virginia Tech, Tennessee.
Agree with that.
Okay. Bottom half, I'm going to go, I love what I saw out of James Madison in the SBC. The girls can shoot the ball.
They won the SBC?
They won the SBC. That's how they got in.
Okay.
They beat my Texas State girls, which I'm not happy about. So just let you know, James Madison, I'm not happy about you beating my girls.
Yeah.
Come next year, we're going to give y'all problems. Don't worry about that. Coach Z going to be ready for y'all next year. All right, so out of that top half, I got North Carolina and James Madison playing. I think James Madison going to shock Ohio State. And I'm going to go James Madison, man. Get to the Sweet 16.
I got UConn. I mean, not UConn, North Carolina.
North Carolina? Okay.
Yeah.
That was my other option. Then we got I got UConn coming out of that bottom half.
I do too.
Got UConn. All right. So moving over to Seattle 4 group, I like Stanford to meet Louisville. That's what I got. I like Stanford to meet Louisville.
I like this. If it happens, Stanford and Ole Miss game. Ole Miss push South Carolina.
That's
overtime.
True. Yeah.
And Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be good.
That's gonna be good.
I'm going Stanford.
Okay.
And I'm going Texas.
Texas.
I love that Texas.
See,
that's why I'm going with them.
She ain't playing though, man. Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. Hey, if you ain't seen the Texas coach, Google her. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna leave it.
We'll find her name.
Yeah. Google her, and
she deserves respect.
She deserves. I'm gonna let y'all run with that. All right, so we got. I got Stanford and Louisville. You got Stanford and Texas. Okay. On that bottom half, I'm gonna go with my Dookies, my Dookie girls. versus Iowa.
I feel like Iowa got the player of the year.
Yeah, definitely player of the year for sure.
I'm going Iowa.
Iowa there.
Iowa and Duke as well.
All right, so now we're in the Sweet 16, going back up to Greensville 1. Of course, we had South Carolina versus, I think I picked Oklahoma, you picked UCLA. No matter who they playing, South Carolina makes it to the Elite Eight.
Yes.
All right. I have Creighton, you have Notre Dame playing against Maryland.
I'm going to go to Notre Dame.
Going Notre Dame? I'm going to go Notre Dame as well. All right, so now you got Notre Dame versus South Carolina in the Elite Eight. All right, going to Greenville 2, we had Indiana.
And Villanova.
You had Villanova, right? Okay, so let's say Villanova. And I think either way, that don't matter because I feel like LSU going to beat whoever at the bottom. And then we got Villanova. So we got Villanova, LSU making it to the Elite Eight.
Surprising LSU. 2 losses.
Yeah.
Lost once in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not the playoffs, but the tournament.
Yeah.
And then you lose to South Carolina at South Carolina, packed out stadium, and you're a 3 seed.
Yeah.
That's a slap in the face.
Oh, I ain't even peeped that they're a 3 seed.
3 seed.
I thought it was a 2 seed.
No, they're a 3 seed.
Yeah. So they gonna come.
Oh yeah.
They gonna come ready to play every game.
Shout out to the assistant coach G. Reed. He's from my hometown too.
Okay. So they got a point to prove. So I think they gonna destroy it. Yeah. So they gonna get to Elite Eight with no problem. Okay. So we got Villanova and we got LSU playing Elite Eight. Okay. All right. So then on the bottom half we have Tennessee playing. Who did we say? Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Tennessee playing Virginia Tech. I got Tennessee. Okay. Then you said North Carolina. I said James Madison. They both playing UConn. I like UConn to come out at no problem.
I like UConn, but I think it's gonna be tight with North Carolina.
Okay. And then we got Stanford versus possibly Texas or Louisville. I still like Stanford.
I like Stanford too.
Still like Stanford. Then we got Duke playing Iowa with the Player of the Year. I think
you want to upset? Just say it. Just let it go. Just say it. It's better to just say it than hold it in.
Yeah, I'm going Duke, man.
Okay.
I'm going Duke.
I'm going Iowa.
I gotta go Duke. I gotta go Duke.
You gotta guard it at the half court. So
yeah, that's it. That's it. If we can contain her or let her do her thing and contain everybody else, I just like Duke. Like I said, I'm a little biased about just like how you are about Dallas Mavericks. I'm biased about my Duke.
We're not gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna get into them.
We're not gonna talk about
on the next episode. Don't worry, we're gonna do football and we're gonna save half an episode just for them to talk about what they got going on. All right, so now we're in the Elite Eight, Louisville Final Four on the top half. Okay, and then we go to Greenville 2. I like LSU, so we got LSU. Greenville 2, and then we got South Carolina, Greenville 1. You agree or disagree?
Yes.
Okay. All right, going to the bottom half, I like UConn coming out of Seattle 3, and then Stanford coming out of Seattle 4. So the Final Four, I got UConn, Stanford, LSU, South Carolina.
I'm gonna go South Carolina. I'm gonna go Iowa.
You got Iowa? Okay.
I'm gonna go Iowa. Just I like the play of the point guard.
Okay.
Play of the year.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go LSU.
Okay.
And then I'm riding with.
You still riding with
I'm riding with UConn.
UConn. Okay. All right. So in your Final Four for the women, you got South Carolina, LSU, UConn, and Iowa. All right. And then I got Stanford, South Carolina, LSU, and UConn. All right, so now we're in the Final Four. Who you got winning and going to the finals?
I got a rematch, LSU and South Carolina.
Rematch LSU and South Carolina? Okay. All right. I'm gonna follow you up. I got that same rematch. I got LSU, South Carolina. All right, who wins the championship?
South Carolina.
Okay, South Carolina. I'm with you. So that's where I'm at too. I think South Carolina wins that game. I think it's a lot closer. Then, I know the first game was close, but then I think South Carolina pulled away from them.
Yeah.
But I think all the way down to the end, I think LSU plays a much better game against them this time around. But I still think Don Staley wins another championship. So they go back to back, and they walk into history too, as well as one of the few teams to go undefeated all year long, never lose a game. So because they'll be up there with UConns of the world, Tennessees of the world. So I think they make their stamp on women's college basketball by going undefeated and winning the championship.
I like that.
I like that too.
I can agree with that.
Okay. All right, so man, like I said, that's gonna wrap up our predictions of the bracket. I like I say, special time of the year, best time for college basketball, men's and women's. Got a lot of good teams, a lot of great players. So don't miss out on just don't be one sided. Like I said, I'm gonna watch the men's and the women's. Yeah. Because like I say, I think women's their run to a championship is just as exciting as the men. Yep. So I want to support both sides. But let us know what you think down below. Who you think is gonna make that run to the Final Four or the Elite Eight. You can start there. Let's start Elite Eight, Final Four, and then of course win the championship. Men's, women's. Comment down below. Let us know what you think, and of course, like I say, we'll definitely keep track of what's going on our other social media platforms. So make sure you follow us on there. So we'll keep track of what's going on each round, because like you say, it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one. So from what I can tell from you, don't seem like you see any surprises. Like there's no. I don't really. I mean, me personally, I don't really see this year as being any. I feel like because college,
you can't say that.
Well, the reason why I say I'm talking that way is because I just feel like college basketball has been so up and down this year. So to me, if someone lose, it's not really an upset.
It's not exciting.
It's not like because they're yes, Alabama's the overall number one for the tournament, but there's been time where I feel like Purdue's played better than them,
or Houston played,
played better than them, and then Alabama has come up against some teams they just don't play well. So I don't feel like there's a consensus on who's the best team in college besides like South Carolina for the women's. Like that's the best team. They've shown that all year long. They're no one's better than them. But on the men's side, to me,
it's just like you said,
it's anybody's game who plays. So I don't really see. If we got any of those matchups wrong, I don't see like that's a bad pick.
No, I don't think either. I think whoever wins the men's they just win.
That's what I'm saying.
I think if you ask somebody 5 years from now who won the 2023 tournament,
it's gonna be like let me look it up.
Let me look it up
because there just wasn't any teams that showed and took real control of.
Because like last year was Kansas, a couple years ago was North Carolina.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Let's talk about that real quick before we got here. What happened to North Carolina, bro?
I really just think they lost their best player and just was down. They had a great team last year.
Great. I mean, they had a great run, and they returned a lot of those players. So for them to fall off like they did and literally not make the tournament, that was shocking.
I've heard someone say that they didn't make their run really until right before the tournament.
Right before the tournament, yep.
And they was having the same season, but they just couldn't turn it on really.
Yeah. So, and I think too with the big fella, he kept having some ankle injuries, some other nagging injuries all season long. Yeah. And then from one of my boys that's a real big North Carolina fan, he said there's some off-court stuff on the team between Caleb Love and the point guard. So he said there's been like some little beef going on between them. So I think that's affected the environment on the team a little bit too. That's kind of hurt them.
How do you feel about them not accepting the tournament to the NIT?
I don't blame them. I'm not mad about that.
So if you're a head coach, coming off a season that they just had, they're like, all right, you can come to the NIT.
I'm not going.
Wow.
You going?
Why not?
Cause man, we like I say, we haven't played North Carolina basketball all year long. It's different if like, okay, we were playing North Carolina basketball at one point, and then we had some nagging injuries, and we kind of had a couple games that we stumbled on. But then we recovered and we played well in the ACC tournament, lost in the championship, and then we still got that invite, then I might have been more inclined to do it. But with the way they played and they didn't respond well to Davis, Coach Davis that well this year, I just think and all of the hype behind them to fall off like that, nah, man, we don't need to play.
Okay.
We don't need to play. I think even though the NIT is kind of a slap to play in versus playing in the big dance, I still feel like
I think it's a slap when you're on the bubble. Like if you knew you were supposed to make the tournament, that's a slap.
That's a slap. Yeah.
For a team like North Carolina, why not just go ahead and go? Maybe you can build your team chemistry for next year. Figure out who's your.
That's true. Who's coming back?
It's kind of like a bowl game for people that didn't make the championship.
Yeah.
So
and then, like you said, give you a chance to see what you're gonna have coming into next year because a lot of those guys will be gone.
Yeah.
So I agree with that part. But just me, if you're asking me, no, I'm not joining in on that.
Okay.
I feel like I said, we had our chance to show that we're worthy of the big dance, and no. But like I said, but if we was on the bubble,
I had North Carolina winning all that shit too.
Oh, it coming, preseason, I mean, because you look at what they had coming back. You know, they was the most seasoned, ready team because of what they had coming back, and then to see them fall off like they did, man, it was very disappointing. But I think Coach Davis is still a good coach.
Yeah,
I just think, like I said, this year it just wasn't their year. So, but all right, man, Ty, I think that's gonna wrap this episode up, man. I appreciate you again for coming through and knocking this one out with me, John. Appreciate you coming through and knocking this out with me. But like always, y'all, we want to thank y'all for watching. Always like, subscribe, share, follow us. All of our social medias too as well, which is going to be down in the details section of our YouTube. And then, of course, on our Facebook, it's also in our description on our Facebook, all of our platforms that you can follow us on. Make sure you like us on there, follow us on there, share us on there, comment down below, and we'll make sure to implement that on the next episode as well. But until the next episode, guys, have a great day. Peace.